I am the greatest.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You won't do shit. Just stick and move. And waking you up and saying, now stick and move. Keep your hands up. Welcome to a new episode of the Stick and Move podcast. I'm your host, Trey, here with my co-host, Sam. And today we are discussing the top 3 greatest knockouts in boxing history. So, Sam, with the pun in mind, punch me in the face. Who is your number 3 greatest knockout in boxing history? Talk to me.
Yeah, this is like a volume 2 already, right? Because we have talked about some really devastating knockouts.
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we've already talked about the whole Rocky Marciano and the walk. Okay.
If you want to throw it in, go for it, bro.
No. I got some other ones in this 3. I want to talk some that I didn't get to talk about. Okay, that I want to talk about that for me were devastating knockouts.
Actually, bro.
My number 3, it has to be it was the knockout. I think we already talked about it. It was the Rockman Lennox Lewis, right?
Oh,
the Rockman, the Raheem Rockman, when he knocked out Lennox Lewis, bro, was one of those punches, bro.
So much of a fancy dance.
Midway through the 5th. Rockman still there. Right hand wasn't too far away. Whoa! A little bit underneath his own left eye. Good nice combination.
Good right body shot. He's going to make him pay for that the right hook that he just got caught with. Oh!
He's got him! He's got him! He got careless. Is it Oliver McCall all over again? Yes. It is, and Lewis has gone. Lewis has gone. It's another upset of immense proportions.
Unbelievable. Lennox is not a threat now. They know if they tag him, he's got to go down.
Well, for the second time in his career, well, we can watch this over and over and over again. It was the punch of dreams from Rockman and the punch of nightmares for Lennox Lewis.
Thank you, Frank. Heavyweight champion of the world, Hasim
that I did not expect. I didn't see coming. I couldn't believe it. Lennox Lewis, bro, was on top of the world, bro.
He was killing it, bro.
Yeah, he was on top of the world, and he was a great heavyweight boxer. Monster. You know, and I mean, that guy had power, distance. He had stamina. Beautiful style boxer, bro. When he got knocked out by Rockman, I didn't even know who Rockman was. I didn't pay attention, bro. I just wanted to see another schooling that Lennox Lewis was going to show, the audience. And when he got knocked out, bro, my heart sank, bro. I couldn't believe it, man. And it was just a devastating knockout. And I'm glad he got his revenge. But, man, that was just devastating, bro.
I've had a great memory to that fight, bro. I remember I know my new girl would not like to hear this story, but I was with the girl at this time, and I always watched every fight as possible, especially the mega fights. And long story short, I kind of, didn't really care for this fight because exactly what you said. I didn't know who Rockman was, to be honest with you. I knew his battles with Corey Sanders and everything, but I was like, nah, not gonna watch it. We're at a family barbecue and a salad, Mexican kind of party kind of thing. And all of a sudden I'm in the backyard with the girl and her family, and then her brother comes rushing out. Lewis got knocked out, and we're like, what? And sure enough, we go inside, we watch the replay, and he is like a dead fish on the mat, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they were showing where Rockman kind of rocked him a couple of seconds, like 20, 30 seconds before. And, Rockman was controlling that fight. I've seen it. I've seen it recently again. And Rockman, late in that fight, he took control, man. It wasn't just a flash knockout, in my opinion. He was actually winning some rounds there. So I could see why you have him.
Yeah, number 3.
Number
3 for sure. Definitely, brother.
Yeah. So what's your number 3?
My number 3, bro, is hey guys, Trey here. If you love today's controversial episode and you want to see our channel grow, please drop a like, subscribe, and also comment. Sam and I are always going back and forth with those commenters on our controversial topics and opinions, and we love it so much. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, most importantly, so our channel can grow and we can give you guys the best content as possible. Sam and I were always uploading multiple videos a week, and we want to continue doing that, and we need your help. So go ahead and subscribe, guys. And most importantly, like I always say, don't forget to stick and move, baby. Sergio Martinez versus Paul Williams.
Oh, man, dude, you took my number 2. Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Good left hand, and down goes Williams.
I think it was a right hook.
Right hand. Williams through the left. Williams down.
Williams is a man with so much on the attack and aggression that he didn't even expect or see the punch. And that's the worst punch in the world, a punch you don't see.
Martinez's left got there first. And Williams was out from the moment the punch hit him.
November
No,
20th.
get it.
All right. So look, Paul Williams at this time, bro, was a monster. Fought Cintrón. He fought, who was it? Winky Wright. He fought already Margarito Destroy. He even beat Sergio Martinez. This was the rematch. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the first one was nice.
The first one was phenomenal.
Yeah.
What this knockout did, bro, was catapult Sergio Martinez into this new lure of boxing. Nobody wanted to fight this southpaw, as Paul Williams was a southpaw as well, bro. But seeing that knockout and Paul Williams fall to the mat, lifeless, brother, just goes to show you. It's the common phrase where they always say anything can happen in a fight. One punch can knock anybody out. And that's exactly what it was. Not only did that punch knock out Paul Williams, but that was pretty much, I know he had his accident after a few years after that, but he was never the same boxer after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though, he was scheduled to fight CANELO, by the way, but then he had the car accident. Who knows what could have happened? But after that knockout, I don't think he would have had a chance with a boxer like CANELO at that time, who was a young, hungry lion. But dude, Sergio Martinez, bro, he just launch pad, bro, became an instant success. He was a big hit pun after that hit, brother.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember that fight, man. Dude, you heard the crack, bro.
Dude, that left hook,
dude.
Oh.
Dude, you heard the crack. I mean, it got quiet, bro.
Dude.
I mean, when they put the camera right into Paul Williams' face, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, bro! It was devastating, man.
You know what? You know what it reminded me of, bro? Like that level, because I remember thinking that Paul Williams was not, like, nobody was going to beat him for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I just thought his style was too. To me, he had like the perfect style. Not to mention he was a southpaw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everybody had trouble with him. Tall, lanky, beautiful fighter. That kind of upset reminded me of when Vernon Forrest was schooling Shane Mosley, bro. Because I remember thinking back in the day, Shane Mosley was just this unbeatable guy. He had the Sugar nickname, and he was living up to it. Depends on how you want to give the robberies to him or not with De La Hoya. But, bro, that shifted boxing. That was one of those knockouts where it shifted boxing to a new, different level, my man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is George Foreman and Michael Moore, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, George Foreman, I saw that fight too.
George Foreman enjoying his best round of the fight here in round 10. There's a right hand. Down goes Moore. He's flat on his back. He may not get up.
Not maybe. He's not moving.
Moore could be about to lose the heavyweight title.
I don't believe this.
Joe Cortez pulls up the count.
It's over.
It is over.
Holy
and George
cow.
Foreman has pulled off the miracle that no one thought possible. Now let's take a look at the replay.
Watch for the beautiful left hook, right hand combination. He walked right into the left hook, followed by the right.
I knew Foreman was tough.
Right.
I knew that he had a chin, and I knew he had power, but I was like, there's just no way. The guy is just way too old. I don't want to see him fighting, bro. I didn't want to see it. I just didn't want to, bro. Not at that age. Because I hate seeing him get beat, get hit, get hit. And I just, it pains me when I see him get hit because he's not, well, he's always been a guy that stands right in front of you. But bro, when that fight happened and I saw blood coming out of his eyes were getting puffy, blood coming out of his mouth, his nose. I was just like, man, this is going to be terrible. I don't like the way it's going. I wonder how Michael Moore feels, pounding on this old man, blah, 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 bro. When he knocked out Michael Moore, bro, and you just saw that blood splatter, that blood coming out of his nose and his mouth, bro. That's when I was like, holy cow, his power is real, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His power is real. And, I mean, it did so good for George Foreman and all his fans. I mean, people talked about it for years after that. They talked about it for years. And I got that as my number 2 knockout.
Listen, bro, just to give you a little background about me, I come from a family that loves boxing. I remember watching that with my mom, brother. You know what I'm saying? I remember my dad was out of town on work. We were watching it together. My mom started crying because, that was one of her favorite boxers from the 70s. And seeing him, and what was he, 45, 46 years old at the time, if I'm not mistaken, take him down like that? Oh, bro. I remember just standing up in my chair as a 14, 15-year-old kid and just being like, what just happened, bro? And it was a great throwback. Probably one of the most important, maybe not greatest in terms of power knockout, and probably one of the most important knockouts in boxing history, bro. Not even that. Combat sports history. It's very motivational, very inspirational kind of fight. You know what I'm saying?
So who's your number 2?
All right, dude. I'm gonna pivot a little bit. All right, and I'm gonna go women's boxing, brother. I'm gonna go with Ann Wolfe versus Vonda Ward, brother. Did you ever see the highlight of that knockout, man?
Her best punch is that left hook. She says in the ring, I'm a brawler puncher.
You see, Vonda a little tentative, though. I think she's already tasted a little bit of the power. She is making, a very bad habit. She's sticking the chin up. Nice combination by Wolfe, backing Vonda up.
It is difficult to ascertain how Vonda has done in her career. I know she's 18-0, 15 knockouts, but how many people were scared of her and did not really fight her?
Oh, big right hand! One punch! That is it! Forget about the count. It is over. Tim Hurd. Unbelievable. Let's hope that Vonda is okay. A jubilant Ann Wolfe. That is probably the best knockout punch I've ever seen in
female boxing.
Ever.
Absolutely.
Ever.
Still on the canvas, Vonda Ward.
Wow. You see that Vonda Ward with her back, little tentative. Ann Wolfe setting up the right hand. You could see that she was using the jab to set it up. There it is, right on the point of the chin, and that's what creates knockouts. One punch. Another look, and gets her full body behind this shot. This is a great illustration of a devastating right. Oh.
That was, I remember Ann Wolfe was the old trainer to Kirkland. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Here is this woman. This Vonda Ward was this tall, white, American white, blonde hair woman, not to be offensive, if I'm not mistaken. It was just
I remember this.
Dude,
yeah.
It starts with the stare down. And by the way, Vonda Ward, if I'm not mistaken, she was undefeated. And so was Ann Wolfe. I think Ann Wolfe may have had a draw or loss. Dude, that stare down. Wolfe looked like she was going to tear up. Ward actually looked like she was going to tear apart Wolf in that fight. She had that great stare down. You and I did an episode, top 3 greatest stare downs. That was one of them, but with a horrible reaction, bro. It just reminded me of Andre the Giant and the Hulk Hogan, to be honest with you. That's the size differential right there. But, bro, not within a few minutes of that fight, dude, and Wolf lays in a hellacious hook where it not only does it connect, but it just topped down this giant onto the mat. She was done. She looked like her soul was taken out forever, brother. It looked like a lifeless body on that ring as Wolf would end up dancing on top of her, then going to the corner of her room. And they spend minutes trying to revive Vonda Ward after that fight. I've seen that's one of those that highlight is so iconic, it's become like a TikTok meme, sort of. You know what I'm saying? And it's had a second life in social media, but this was way before that. And dude, phenomenal knockout. I know we don't talk women's boxing that often, but I think that one deserved to have his flowers. You have any thoughts on that?
Yes, man. I do recall that fight. And it was like Ann Wolf was completely going to be outmatched, bro. Like, how is this going to even, turn out? And I thought it was unfair, really. And the way Ann Wolf just chopped her down, bro, it's a reason why her name, when they speak of like Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali, people bring up Ann Wolf.
They do
in the conversation, to like, well, she wouldn't beat Ann Wolf, and there's a lot of truthers, bro, for Ann Wolf, man. I respect that, and I think that and not to say anything. And one of the pound for pounds also we have to give respect is to Clarissa Shields, bro, for what she has done with her titles and her accomplishments. Great boxers, but yeah, that's a great number 2, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, bro, when you watch that early part of that first round, dude, Ann Wolf was chopping her down with hellacious combos. It looked like you kind of wondered, how in the hell did Vonda even have an undefeated record? She looked like, I don't know, like she like a newborn baby deer as her legs were wobbling throughout that, as she was skirting around the ring. But dude, that knockout, iconic. I want to give it flowers. Are there greater ones? I don't know. To be honest, pound for pound, just as a hellacious knockout, that's my number 2. So, drum roll, please. What is your number 1 KO of all time?
Well, there's one that I constantly. I mean, there's so many knockouts, man. But
we'll hold that for the ones you left off. So go ahead.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of them, but the one I'm gonna pick for this top 3 is I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Leo Santa Cruz and TANKDAVIS. I mean,
Gervonta Davis of champions. If Davis thought Santa Cruz was going to fold from his left uppercut. With a strong candidate. And Leo even managing a smile.
Where you saw Leo come into this fight, and I thought to myself, Leo is putting on a good little schooling of boxing, a little boxing lesson, bro. And I remember being at work, and I was hearing it punch by punch, round per round. And Leo looked like he was doing some good work. His skills. Don't get me wrong. Tank has gotten way better ever since then. Underrated boxer Tank is now.
Right.
But dude, that knockout was so brutal, bro. I mean, Leo Santa Cruz literally fell asleep, bro. He was knocked out before he hit the ground, bro. In front of his dad. In front of his dying dad. I mean, that was just a brutal, ugly knockout. That probably made a statement to all the lightweights, put them all on notice. Tank is here, and he has pop, bro. He has power. Tank is awesome, man.
Santa Cruz, one of my favorite, most technical boxers to me. a throwback to the 70s and 80s lightweight headhunters. But bro, I actually had him winning that fight, Santa Cruz, going into that round, brother. And dude, that knockout, bro, sent shockwaves around the world. And I remember thinking there was a point in the round before, the 2 rounds before, where Santa Cruz was getting too comfortable because he was just landing everything he wanted. And he was just throwing these flurries of combos, and he was doing what RYANGARCIA does and drops his guard when he's throwing the punt, throwing his jabs and hooks. And I was like, please, bro, you're a better fighter than that. He got lazy. I don't know if he got lazy, but he just lost his fundamentals as he was taking apart TANKDAVIS. Yeah, I had TANKDAVIS winning a round or 2, but barely. But bro, and of course, and eventually happened. He got caught. Dude, he looked like a Mexican pretzel, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Yeah.
One leg the other way, the other leg the other way, and facing another direction. That was a vicious knockout, and coincident. I mean, I don't want to say coincidentally, but sent Tank, put everybody on notice, like you said. That Tank is coming, brother.
TANKDAVIS said that he threw 3 punches, all the same ones, and that's how he got him. What I saw, leading up to that knockout, is Leo Santa Cruz got cornered, and he threw the same punch 3 times and got knocked out. If he would have been maybe standing in the middle of the ring, but I mean, what can you do, bro? Tank is chasing you down. It's eventually gonna happen, bro. Anyways, that's my number 1.
So I love it. That's a fantastic number 1. I mean, that's probably the number 1 knockout in the past 10 years. Or at least it's up there for sure. So I don't mind you having that one number 1. So let me give you my number 1. And mine is Canelo versus Amir Khan.
Oh, yeah.
Display of hand speed by Khan there. The jab upstairs, landing with frequency.
Not just that the body shot is cumulative effect that I think we're starting to see it.
The body shots, as well as taking away his energy, and everybody. It's the first one there with that shot.
He did. The danger from a shot like that is not that his head smacks off the canvas.
The world want to see Canelo do that against Golovkin.
And not to disregard. But that was a really good fight.
Very good.
Khan is awake. Look at how it happened, Roy.
Yeah, you see Khan just sitting there, threw that jab, not ready. He gave him a feint. Khan was not ready for the feint, and the overhand right caught him because he had held him with the feint right here. Feinted the jab. He didn't want to hit the jab, just feinted him to get close enough and close the door with the kitchen sink. And that's how you put a guy, same exact shot, just against a right-hander instead of a left-hander this time.
That he had wrecked Khan with that shot, and he was immediately no more of that consternation that you saw realizes before their eyes. Virgil Hunter with his fighter. With the particulars on the knockout.
Look, I understand Khan went up for, what was it, 145, 146, 147 to 154. I get it. You know, he even looked like the smaller boxer. But like we all like to say, you sign that dotted line, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Right? Canelo was coming back up. He was on a little streak after his loss to Mayweather. And bro,
Amir Khan was winning, wasn't he?
Well, a lot of people thought he was winning. He was just that speed that he had. It goes back to the conversation. Well, that people love to have, and let's have it right here. Is it there's weight classes for a reason, or does skill pay the bills? Because clearly Amir Khan had the skills. He was winning those rounds, like a lot of people like to say. He was sticking and moving. He was peppering, throwing little flurries and stepping out. And then Canelo was swinging and missing, kind of looking like when he fought Mayweather a little bit. But eventually in those 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds, he was chopping the tree down, man. You just saw Canelo. Well, I might miss swinging for hooks over his chin. You know, he might dodge those, but I'm going to counter with body shots. Yeah, I might hit elbow. I might hit the side of the glove, but he's going to feel that power, and he's going to loosen up that defense. And sure enough, you know, with all those body shots that Canelo was laying, even sacrificing rounds, eventually the guard would come down from the face from Amir Khan to protect his ribs. And bro, when Canelo laid in that incredible hook, bro, and you just saw Khan just do a full body flail with both his gloves coming up simultaneously, perpendicular to his eyes, as his gloves eventually went over his head, bro. He just fell flat back, bro, and it looked like the way his head bounced off the canvas was worse than the actual knockout that Canelo gave him.
Dude. I don't know how many times I've seen that in slow-mo. But yeah, dude. Bro. Yeah, devastating.
Dude, that knockout, bro. I mean, to me, that's why I'll always prefer that you know, there are sizes, there are weight classes for a reason. Over skill versus pace.
Yeah.
In my opinion. That was a prime example. Do you have any thought on that fight?
Dude, come on, bro. That was one of the most iconic knockouts we've had in this past 2 decades, probably, bro. I mean, that was just devastating. I mean, Canelo kneeled down, bro.
I remember that. Yeah,
he
bro.
kneeled down, not knowing, holy shit, is this guy gonna be, you know, is he dead or whatever, you know, whatever. But it was devastating, bro. I was rooting for Canelo. I felt bad for Amir Khan. That was just brutal, bro.
So I'm going to change the subject a little bit, and I want our commenters to give us a comment here, because Canelo has always been gracious after a fight, victory or even defeat. He's always been gracious. The way he went down to his knees, not in a patronizing way, but he was legitimately concerned for Amir Khan, bro. He did it versus Plant. He did it against Saunders when he broke his freaking eye socket. He goes to check in like, hey, man, fantastic fight, whatever. All that BS we talked about and in front of the cameras, you know, all under the bridge. So why is there so much hate for Canelo considering that? So if you guys on the comment can answer that question, you brought up a good point to me with bringing him, telling me about him getting on his knees to check on Khan. I want to know why, guys. So is there any knockouts that you left off or that you think our commenters are going to be like, how dare you leave out this knockout?
Look, some of the best knockouts were like Marquez and Manny Pacquiao, Kelly Pavlik, Jermaine Taylor. Yeah, that was a great one. I love that one. And the Joppy Trinidad, the Bernard Hopkins in Trinidad. I mean, the Fernando Vargas and Oscar De La Hoya. You know, with that hook, boom, right? I loved it, bro. That combo and the hook. I mean, I loved it. I mean, there's just so many guys. But these top 3 that I have were just 3 that were in my mind that spur of the moment that I can recall. And I remember precisely the moment and where I was at. And, you know, the time of day, man. And they were big nights of knockouts.
I will also say this, Pacquiao versus Mickey Haddon, that knockout, bro, you know, just, you know, it looked like Hatton died in the ring.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop in the room because all the British fans were singing their chants throughout that fight, and it turned into a dead silence after that knockout.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I'll even say it, the Marciano Suzy Q punch over Walcott, probably for me, pound for pound, the greatest knockout of all time. I left that out purposely.
Yeah.
To me, it's probably my number 1 overall. There's down goes Frazier, George Foreman, and Frazier, of course. I mean, there's so many. You know, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno.
Yeah. Hagler Hearns. Yeah.
Hagler Hearns. No, not Hagler Hearns. Hearns and Duran was nasty, bro.
Oh, yeah, that one was nasty too.
So we'll leave it at that, guys. Leave us in your comment your favorite knockouts of all time.
Sam and I will try to respond to each and every one of you guys. Sam under the Stick and Move and me under the Stick and Move podcast. Do you have any final words for our commenters out there?
Just to thank everybody for watching and liking and subscribing to our videos. If there's any topics y'all want us to talk about, let us know in the comment section and we'll do episodes.
And don't forget to stick and move, baby.
I am the greatest. I wish I was 50 years younger and I